Hi friends, welcome to Active Self-Protection Extra. Here again today with Neil, our CMO, and on today's Sunday Gear Review, I want to talk to you about a little different kind of flat flashlight. A fan asked me if I would review this light, so I went and bought it on Amazon. It is the Streamlight Wedge. Big Tex Ordnance is my go-to source for accessories for all your defensive and competition firearms. They have great holsters with accessories for concealment and ship fast at great prices. I'm a proud customer and recommend them without hesitation. So yeah, I'll do that stuff from time to time. Yeah. A commenter commented, "Hey John, I'm really looking at this Streamlight Wedge. Would you maybe consider doing a review on one?" I don't have a relationship with Streamlight at all, so I went to the Amazons and I bought this guy. It cost me about 85 bucks. And we just did a review on your stiletto, right? Yep. So if you grab that guy, you see this is similar, right? So what I've got here is I have a very flat profile. In this particular one, I really like that you notice it's a lot thinner than the stiletto, right? So from the width perspective, not nearly as wide, little bit longer. And I'd say kind of probably the profile from that perspective, if I turn them over and show you both of those, pretty similar in terms of a depth. Yep. Now this guy has 2 modes and a very simple switch, okay? The thing that I really like about this, it's not a whole lot of futziness. It is simply a clip down. You can put the clip on either side, USB-C rechargeable. Sorry guys, it's at Live Range next door. An output beam that is in 2 modes. So really what you've got is you've got this little clicky here. You click it on and it turns on, you can see. And that guy turns on at 300 lumens and about 1,000 candela. You push forward and hold, it'll return if you don't. But if you push forward, you get this turbo mode, which is 1,000 lumens and 5,000 candela. And so it holds off, holds in regular, push forward for turbo, and then when you let turbo go, it turns off. I also like, I think you should be able to see how it's got that green LED right here? So that green LED right in here tells you that the battery is still good. It turns red when you're charging it and then turns off. I also kind of like here, you see, it's got these kind of finger grooves. So when you're holding it, you can hold it. And one of the things that I would do is kind of hold it this way and then turn that guy on like that. So you kind of orient towards it and it orients in your hand to do that. In your right hand. It doesn't do that in the left hand though. I guess it does. It's just on the inside instead of on the outside. And as opposed to the Surefire, it's oriented with the light down, with the LED down. So you really can't with this thing. The one thing you liked about, really like about that, you really can't do with this one.
I can clip it to my hat.
You can clip it to your hat. Unless you got a different clip that you can, has the reversing one, you couldn't really do that with this. Let's take a look at the beam and see how it compares to yours.
All right.
Okay, same thing that we did last week. Neil, why don't you go start with the stiletto so that we can see kind of that high beam with the stiletto.
There you go.
And you're on high right there. So you can see, I think the one in front, I'm gonna actually move this over here so we can see that a little bit better. Yeah, you can see the 10-yard, 15-yard, 25-yard target. All right, cool, let me try. Okay, so you see here, there's our regular beam. And actually, I could see all 3. I could see to the back. I can't really read or anything like that, but I can see an awful lot. Now when I turn that up to the turbo, not too bad. I actually like that quite a bit.
Yeah, that's a significant amount brighter than the stiletto.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So I think it has a couple things on it that your stiletto does not have, right? So they're both rechargeable. I like that. I kind of like the turbo. This guy's got a little bit more horsepower, around 5,000 candela. Yep. I think this makes this a 25-yard lighter, so you probably could use this as a pretty good Kubotan. It's a little longer.
At least once.
Yeah, at least once. But you see, if I'm using it, I've got enough stick out front and back that I could use this guy as a short stick if I wanted to have that. 85 bucks, so instead of 110, so it's a little cheaper.
Yep.
Now, I'm used to a light, this is my 18650, and so I think I'd kind of rather, I'll stick with this. And I don't know that you would change your stiletto for this.
I don't see myself changing to that, no.
And I think probably more than anything because you can't stick it on your hat.
Right. Yep.
And it's a little longer in those things. But I mean, if you were looking for a very thin light, because you keep your pants nice and tight because you're cool like that, and you're looking for a fairly decent beam, I think it's a simple operation. 85 bucks. It's not going to get me to change. I think if I was going to spend 85 bucks, I'd probably go something like a Phoenix PD35 tack or something like that, somewhere in that same ballpark. But if you're looking for a more modern light and you don't mind not being able to stick it on your hat, this one might be a thing.
Might be the one.